because that was a lot. But see, I tell you what though, Scorpio, there's a lot of endings happening like every reading that I've done this week. And I don't know if it's because it's Mercury retrograde, but I'm mostly getting endings and people really struggling, with it. So you're not alone. That's what tarot is all about. The tarot community isn't about posting perfect pictures and being unrealistic and making each other toxically unhappy. It's about being honest about what's going on with you and varying red beards here and getting support, making sense of it all, being able to breathe out and say, this is what's happening with me, let those shoulders drop and not have to keep up the pretense. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this 3rd and 4th week of July 2025 with regards to one they're thinking about or dealing with or manifesting in the future? 3 cards for Sagittarius, please. Okay, the 6 of Cups, and what is our fate? The 8 of Wands reversed. Okay, so this is a soulmate connection, and by that I mean someone who feels like they've always known you, and either that's because you're living together and you have children together, or you're in love with each other and you've had a long relationship, or you've lived together in a previous life, so you've just met someone you feel like you've known them forever. It tends to be like the sign of an established relationship though. 8 of Wands reversed. Now if that was upright, I'd say there's fast action, progress, fast communication. There's fire energy, it's like change, progress, things moving quickly. But that's reversed, so there's some sort of delays or challenges or stagnancy when it comes to a soulmate. So someone that you're married to or living with. Blocks, delays, challenges. The 6 of Swords reversed, yeah, it's very, very difficult to leave stuff in the past, to move forwards. There's some sort of unfinished business. There's something hanging in the ether that needs to be discussed and brought into the open once and for all. Those swords of thoughts, okay, they're fears, thoughts, anxieties, things that have been said in the past. It's causing, you to be stagnant as a couple. That's an odd combination, because we've got the 3 of Pentacles reversed, which is a lack of cooperation. We've got the Page of Wands, which is normally, like being very, very naive, being very ignorant and ready to start down a path that you haven't walked before, so you have no preconceived ideas about it, you're just excited about it. The 4 of Pentacles reversed, okay, so upright would be the miser. It'd be someone that's conserving time, money and energy. They're preserving their situation. This is outgoings. I think one of you is like really excited about something and they're just not getting cooperation, and it's on your side, Sagittarius. So maybe you're kind of like excited about some sort of venture or chapter or situation, and you're not getting cooperation from your person. It could be a person or it could be a workplace. It says teamwork generally, okay? So 3 is the number of community. So maybe you just feel like you're enthusiastic to reach certain goals, because that's what the Sagittarian does. They find equilibrium, they find emotional balance in order to then pursue their goals with all their might. You can't go after what you want when everything's in a state of flux, when everything's upheaval and chaos and drama. You like to find equilibrium so that then you can shoot for the stars, you know? And it's like you're just not getting cooperation at all. I mean, you are the archer, you are in active pursuit of your goals. You know, you're fire, you are solar plexus activated, goal orientated, you like progress, you like change, you drive it. And that is very depressing when other people are like slowing that or stopping it or blocking it, pulling you backwards. That's very frustrating. We've got a King of Pentacles in the reverse, so that could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or they could have any of those in their chart. Now, doesn't that look like their crown has fallen? This is someone that's usually a solid provider, but it looks like that's not the case lately. Five of Wands reversed. Okay, so they're trying not to argue over this. There's a lot of conflict here, and it could be inner conflict or external conflict with others in the family or the workplace. They're really trying not to have arguments, but it looks like it's affecting their stability, their wealth, their finances, their ability to provide, their ability to be generous. They could have gone very insular lately. The Strength card, like, they could have depression because the Strength is reversed. There's a need to be emotionally strong through this difficult time, and it's proving difficult. If someone's not interacting with others, then they could have gone very insular. They could be very depressed. It's to do with work, I think, or their place as a provider. And look, all the pentacles here are upside down on your side and on their side. Okay, in the outcome, we've got the Eight of Pentacles upright. So, something's going to be done to right this situation financially. Okay, there's going to be investment of time, money, and energy into a course, a business, some sort of side hustle, or they're going to refine what they do and add to it. And that is like going to project growth and expansion. That's in the outcome, so that's really good. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. Right, the challenge is finding balance, finding equilibrium, balancing periods of rest as well as periods of productivity. Okay. You see this large ship is very powerful, but it's very slow. And then the small ship is weak and vulnerable, but it's fast and nimble. Okay, so it's like trying to find this constant state. It's the juggler trying to find this constant state of equilibrium, and this is being restless with the Four of Swords reversed. It's time to lie down and meditate occasionally. We don't have to constantly be on the go. So there is definitely a war of the worlds going on here. But the solid investment into building a brighter future. Let's get one more. Seven of Cups. Okay, where do we go from here? This is a blank canvas, okay, and there's many things around it that we could paint into this picture. Okay, so we're at a crossroads now where we're choosing where we go next. There's worse places to be than a blank canvas, do you know what I mean? Because you've got the ability to write the future that you want. That just was accidentally profound as fuck. Welcome into the chat. I don't do individual questions. These are collective readings for each zodiac sign. Just to let you know if you're new in. Right, let's clarify why they've got the King of Pentacles reversed, why they've got the Strength reversed and the Five of Wands reversed. What has been going on here? Okay, so they feel like you've been emotionally distant. They have wanted to rekindle a passion, okay, for a long time. It's very important to earth signs, by the way. If this person has any Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn in their chart, it will really affect them if they feel like things are off emotionally, physically. They won't be happy with that at all, you know, it'll make them depressed. Bad timing, too little, too late. Taken, not ready to love again. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. There's definitely been a lot of emotional distance in this relationship, and it's left someone feeling like a husk. And that sounds overly dramatic, but it's not. That's what's happening in a lot of individuals' lives, whether they're part of a family or whatever. It can sometimes pressurize you to feel guilty because you should feel fulfilled. You have healthy children, you have a home. That's beautiful, that you've put a lot of work into over the years. You have a devoted partner, so why are you not fulfilled? Why are you not happy? But sometimes people can feel just really like a million miles away from themselves, or from each other. And then it's like, well, what are we doing all this for? You know, life's rushing by. So there's something emotionally really complex going on here. Negativity, like a dark cloud above, you are depressed, extreme moods. They could be really struggling with their mental health. Being burned, afraid to love someone again, unhealed trauma runs away. There could be someone that has always struggled with depression. You could have a partner, Sagittarius, who is prone to. They could be bipolar. They could have childhood trauma of some sort that makes them go depressed, or I don't know, have mood swings. You know, they could be fine for months and then they could take a nosedive, and you just always known them to be like this. Afraid to love someone again, unhealed trauma runs away. They could be a self-sabotager, you know, when they start going insular and you try to get through to them and you just can't get cooperation from them at all. And it may not be personal to you, you know, but it affects you, number one. They may be like that with friends and family as well. Mental health is so widely overlooked when it comes to tarot. You know, there's a lot of blame on and acting like people are premeditated in everything that they do. They're not. Chaotic clarity. Amidst confusion and intense crisis, seek the light of understanding and resolve. You may need to have like couples therapy or counselling for this, if you're not already. Consumed, extinguished out by having open communication. You know, it's very, very difficult to come together without things escalating, you know, or spinning off orbit. So that's why you need someone neutral that's trained in lining up those styles of communication and interpreting what one person's trying to say to the other can be misheard, misinterpreted, misconstrued, and then it can all go like over emotional again. So you need that third party there. You need that third person who is trained to help that communication go smoothly and in a neutral environment. Because when the two of you are alone, you'll probably go more like out of control more quickly, but you'll stay more neutral and behave better, you know, when there's another person to do that mediation. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. Okay, so this implies that they're prepared to work on it, Sagittarius, okay? They're prepared to try to get back to where they want to be with this living situation, with this family dynamic. Oh, that's sad. Look, we were supposed to be us, not just you and me. Oh my God, this person, look at this, distant, empty, consumed. Fighting for what you love. This person is just desperate to come together. Okay, but I think it's going to take more than like a regular conversation, because there's complex set of realities here. But the good news is that they want to work on it. Do you know what I mean? They want to. When is there going to be reconciliation between these two, please? The one that's showing up in Sagittarius's reading. Okay, so things are going to unfold how they're supposed to. So this is something that's been in the pipeline for a while. It's been coming for a long time. And we're just going to have to play it out. Okay, we're not supposed to. Spirit doesn't want to share what's happening going forwards. Let's get you some advice, Sagittarius. Oh, hang on, let's get, in case you are not communicating well at the moment, let's get an unspoken. A new communication message. Obsessed. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time, stalk your socials, and hope I run into you when I'm out. Okay, so that's a no contact message. I did ask Spirit for that person, what that person would say if they hadn't been talking to you. So maybe it makes sense to some people. I don't know. Right, advice for you, Sagittarius. Clarity of mind. Okay, let this all play out. You have lots of support around you, okay? Do not try to deal with this by yourself. Don't try to deal with this by yourself, okay? Hi, welcome in. Does it resonate? Thank you. That's really good. I'm glad. Look, it probably does make sense because look, we were supposed to be us, not just you and me, okay? So they have this desire to like to be close with you again, okay? You can tell that's what they want. Sandalwood and cilantro, okay? So sandalwood unifies body, mind and spirit. When you start to feel like you're outside of your own body or you're overthinking and you can't just be, you know, we're part of the animal kingdom, but our minds are the masters of us. And unfortunately, we become plagued. You don't see ants, you know, with their hands on their head, like on their knees, like distressed. They're just marching back and forth busily, oblivious to everything going on in the world. And sometimes I think humans wish they could be like that. I sometimes wish that my brain wasn't thinking all of the time. You know, it's nice to be and not to think sometimes. So bring it all back together with some sandalwood, okay? So you can have that in your diffuser. You can use it topically. I mean, you get that in aftershaves and perfume, sandalwood, don't you? And you can take supplements of it. Didn't think that was possible. Okay, cilantro, that's coriander, isn't it? Balances and expands the mind, so you can cook with it, although I can't stand the taste of coriander. I really can't, but some people love it. You can have it in a diffuser, you can have it topically in a cream, you can take supplements, you can cook with it, okay? So this is what Spirit recommends for you on a healing level. I guess I would take supplements if I thought that I didn't like to smell it or taste it. Or I could just use the sandalwood, which I adore. My goodness, I adore sandalwood. Let's get you a positive affirmation and then we'll find out what people adore about you, Sagittarius. Okay, so positive affirmation, please, for Sagittarius. Something Sagittarius could really do with right now. I am worthy of love, happiness and success. I am worthy of love, happiness and success. That's what you need to say to yourself on a daily basis. Say it several times a day. Say it during the night, okay? Because it's true. You don't have to be contented with just love or just happiness or just success. You get to have all three, okay? Right, what is it that people adore about Sagittarians? You have social intelligence, okay? I know when my friends are happy or sad, and I help them. See, that's what people adore about you, Sagittarius, okay? You can sense when people are happy or sad, and you'll actively support them. If you liked this, please give it a like. Please share the channel and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and I'll see you in the next one. Moving on to Capricorn next. If you can hear the rattling, it's magpies outside. I honestly find that noise quite irritating, but they're very cute when they're bouncing around the garden. It's really loud. Okay. Hi, Natalie.